And hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, to the completely unannounced live stream interview with a fantastic and talented ADR director that we have here today. Uh, I would introduce you, but please do us the favor.
My name is Shannon D. Reed, and I'm ADR director.
Not only an ADR director, but an ADR director for High Dive. And for any of you that don't know what High Dive is, it's another uh, s- anime streaming service that has been killing it as of late. It has given me, at least personally talking, some amazing animes that were little gems that I am so happy to have them now as part of my life. Three of them that I can think of are Ya Boy Kongman, Call of the Night, and Akiba Made Wars. My God, those things are slapping so good. My soul, you have no idea. But
Good.
so for everyone that is wondering whether this is live or pre-recorded, this is actually live. Like we have Mr. Reed right here with us, and it's again an absolute pleasure. We met at AWA,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
I was cosplaying as Kongming, which is one of the shows that you've been working on.
yeah, yeah. And your cosplay was pretty awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, like you and your whole crew were just decked out, and yeah, like I thought it was
Y-
amazing.
Dude, thank you so much. I mean, I think it's often that we overlook the other people aside from the voice actors in the industry, because sometimes who gives the direction to the voice actor, who knows what's the best take and everything. So for all of you that might be wondering uh, how all of that comes to be, that's why we're here today. So just simple question for everyone in the chat that is joining in. We see a couple of people coming in: Seeker of the Moon, Sean, Seth, Samurai Vader, awesome name by the way. So Jeff, hello, how you doing? Watching all the way from Alaska, he says.
Oh wow!
So
Hi.
yes.
Yeah.
So would you like to tell the chat who are like in a little bit extensive way, who are you and what do you do?
Oh, well, like I said, my name's Shannon. I'm an ADR director. I've been an ADR director for Sentai, and a lot of the stuff streams through High Dive. I've been doing that for 9 years, going on 10 with the company. And so, just a bit about my background. I studied film in school, got a bachelor's in digital film and video production,
Mhm.
and so did a lot of freelancing and stuff over the years. Worked on different crews, different positions and stuff, and not only that, but just writing as well. And so, uh, like some years went down the line. I was I started at Sentai because I was looking for a editing position, and so
Oh.
in the area that I was in, and so I had come across Sentai, and then you know pretty much like the area that I'm more familiar with is like there's a lot of corporate jobs that need editors and like a lot of oil and gas and stuff. And I came across that place and it's like, wow, this is narrative storytelling. And then
Yeah.
and not only that, but anime, like wow. And so I started working there, and then I saw really just like all the different departments and all the different things. And I saw that there's like studios and directors and writers and stuff, and it's like, well, I have all of this, like, I have experience and work that I can show for it. So I was like showing demo reels and different pieces of work that I've done. And I quickly moved into directing there. and so been there ever since. So
Wow. And so on that note, did you like was it part of your path to work specifically on anime, or was it just like, oh, I just happened to stumble on it?
it was more of a stumble because like I just did not expect to I did not expect to to work in the anime industry.
Yeah.
It was more like when I found out, I was like, it to me, it was like, what? Like it was a big shock, but like really, really cool. Like I thought it was like really amazing. And so, just it really like the years that I've been with the company, like I've just seen just like so many different titles and like just even seeing where I entered in to the point where it's at now, where it's like it's really becoming like more mainstream and stuff as time goes
Mhm.
by, and it's crazy, but like it's pretty awesome.
So when it comes to like now that you're obviously deep into the anime sphere, coming from a film background, as you were saying, if you could like kind of summarize or just give us your perspective
Mhm.
into the differences between Western media and Eastern media, what would you say like it's the main like difference or the thing that you enjoy the most?
Um, well, I would say like there is a lot of history or things that I have learned from directing anime.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of references and just like respect level, like how you speak to people and stuff, like elders and stuff like that. And a lot of times like there's things in shows, like if I'm researching a show, like there'd be like little things that I notice that that stands out to me, like
Oh,
that
I
you
see, I
wouldn't do,
see.
and so when you're working on a show, you do your research, and so your job as a director is supposed to you're supposed to know everything about the show. And so
Mm,
whether it's like something that's real a big deal towards the story, or just something small and minor that you notice in a scene, you look it up and see what it's all about. And so I enjoy like kind of finding little things that's like, huh, that's interesting. Like, um, like there's this one thing which, like just with the chopsticks, like there's no way, like there's a certain placement, like when you're done eating, like you don't just
hmm.
stick your chopsticks in there. And it's like, oh, I learned something, So a lot of
Hmm.
different things, but I do think it's pretty fascinating as far as like comparing just anime to working on set or on films or projects. To me, it's interesting because instead of like being on set with the actors and worrying about different things like blocking and then light setups and stuff like that, and there's like when you're on set, it's like you're there for like hours on end and stuff, and it's like there's different crews that deal with like different things
Yeah.
to get the scene and to get the shot going. And so one of the things that I do find pretty nice is that when you're working on anime, it's like you're in a studio, and so like this scene that we're recording, there's like explosions and this and that and stuff, and you can do it from the comfort of a room and not have to
Yeah.
worry about well
The
yeah,
weather. Are we gonna
yeah,
be fed today? Like,
yep. It's like, all right, we've got a company move, we're gonna go over here. It's like, no, I don't have to worry about all that. We can dive right on in.
I mean,
uh
I
yeah.
tell you, I'm an editor as well, and if there's one thing that I am always like complaining about is whenever they're shooting something, is we'll fix it in post, we'll fix it in post, and it's
Ooh.
just like, don't even say that. But I
That
feel
is,
like with anime, it's a little bit like you still have your challenges and everything, but it
yeah.
can be a little bit more um, laid back. There's less factors to consider, I think. Would you
Yeah,
agree?
well, there's definitely things that you don't have to worry about, as to being like on location. But
Mm,
really, like if you get like if you go look past the, that aspect where it's like, yeah, we can do everything from the booth,
mm-hmm,
rather than like being on set. That's cool and that's great and all, but as far as like everything else, like, giving direction, breaking down the scenes, like finding the right voice. Sorry, that's my dog down there.
oh, we have a doggy. We have a doggy.
Yeah, he's taking a little nap and moving around.
Oh, that's so
Uh,
cute.
but like aside from like being on location, everything else is still going into
Hmm.
the production,
Got it.
uh, for performances, breakdowns, and stuff, and finding the right voice.
Mm,
So there are similarities and there are differences, uh, but a lot of things, when it comes to directing, I am able to carry over into the studio.
nice. We have a question here from Alaska Jeff. He said that um, he arrived a little late and he was wondering what you worked on. So for anyone that is new, for everyone that is arriving, I just kind of want to give you guys a little taste of the two animes that I know you from.
Mm.
And let me share my screen real quick, because if there is one that I've hyped up every single week since I saw it, my God, with such an endearing story and a fresh take on the isekai genre, is Yaboy Kongmen. This is a High Dive exclusive, and I kid you not, and this is me being 100% honest right now. When I first heard the intro for this anime, I said to myself, I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
So what happened? I googled my thing. I went to other streaming services and I couldn't find it until someone said, "Oh, it's on High Dive," and I was like, "What is High Dive?" And I literally subscribed to High Dive just because of this. This is it, and obviously I've stayed ever since. But
Nice. Yeah.
but let me tell you, this is such a great anime to watch for any of you that are into something that is feel good, that has very great music, very interesting characters too, and a premise that you would never think it would work
Mm.
on paper. It just doesn't work, but put it together, my God, what a fantastic delicacy, I would say. And the other anime that I would recommend you guys that you've worked on, here it is. It is the here. Oh yeah, perfect. Call of the Night.
Mm.
Call of the Night. This anime took me by surprise because I would never expect what happens in this story to happen. It's endearing, it's charming, the
Mhm.
characters feel so alive, and this is kind of, would you describe it to be a rom-com type of thing?
I would say so. I mean, it really is because, like, I mean, it is without giving a lot away. Like, it, it's very sweet when you with both uh Ko and Nazuna, like them getting to know each other and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
like they're both interesting in their own way, and like it's firsthand experiences with that
Yeah.
show.
I definitely agree. So again, guys, I will give props to this animes, not just because they're the new thing or
Mm,
anything, but just in general. You can look back into previous videos that I've done, and I've just fallen in love with them. But speaking of that, and enough of that, and let's kick it out of the way. I wanted to ask you,
mm,
uh, just in your experience, for all the non anime watchers or very new people that are coming into anime that we have in the community,
Mhm.
what would be some animes that you would recommend them and why?
So one show that uh, I've recommended to people that I've never met someone who says that they've hated it
Hmm.
was Haikyuu. Um,
Okay.
yeah, like it's 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 a sports shonen, and it's like
Hmm.
it's very good. Like few seasons in, but it's like it's just high energy, and then you know pretty massive cast, but like just seeing uh the journey of Hinata, it's like it's pretty insane. And so like,
Hmm.
he has a goal, and like throughout the seasons, like he learns friendship, he learns brotherhood, and there's like that nice rivalry uh between him and, well, a particular other member, but like really like when you grow into like teams as well.
Hmm.
um and so that show definitely would be a great starter. And it's like just you kind of just feel the adrenaline
Hmm.
throughout.
Yeah, yeah,
And like
yeah.
that's one of those shows where it's like you're just like on the edge of your seat. And
Yes.
so yeah, that one's a very good one to start with. And I had the honor to work on a few seasons of that one. The director
Oh,
for that one is
really?
Kyle Kobe Jones. He's a amazing director. So he did the English dub and stuff. And so that is an insanely good series. Um,
Cool.
Aside from that, I would say I would recommend Akame ga Kill.
Okay.
If it's more, it's hilarious, it's dark, it's serious, but
Hmm.
like I would probably recommend, if you're not a fan of blood and intense moments, then don't watch it. But
Hmm.
overall, story is very good, and it does get intense pretty quick.
Hmm.
Like I've heard people say it's like the equivalent to like Game of Thrones in a sense. So it's
Mm.
like it's very interesting. And that's all I'll say about that, because
Yeah, we don't want to give too much away, but yeah, when I went into a Kamega Kill, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be something. I'm just gonna chill back and relax." And
there's no chill.
like, how about we don't do that? Like,
Oh no,
my God.
absolutely not.
And from the shows that you've worked on High Dive,
Hmm.
which one would you recommend the most, if you could?
Um, see, that's a difficult one, because it's like there's a lot of good titles. Like just saying one would be like the go-to is like, that wouldn't really do it justice, because like
Hmm.
there's like so many genres of shows. But I would say like one that I really enjoyed is Shirobako.
Oh,
And
okay, okay.
yeah, and that's an anime about an anime company making anime. And
Animeception going on
yeah,
right now.
yeah, it's so meta. And to me, like that was one of the just greatest joys uh working on working on a series, because it's like, yeah, I completely get this. Yes, this is, I can name these characters, like this is this person in the office, this is that person. And so and the thing is like, of course, like, this is a story that was created, for entertainment, but there's a lot of moments in there that's like, yeah, that's real, that's how this is done, this is what this is. And certain levels, not all of it, but certain levels of like wildness of things and situations, like, yeah, that is exactly it. Yeah, no, I've been in that situation before, I know what that's like, so
That's
uh
Jennifer from accounting. Oh, curse you.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, like to me, I would say I would recommend that show, because like if you want to like dive into the process of
Hmm.
how things are made, you know,
Hmm.
I you hear or hear people that say like, like, yeah, I can do this and that and stuff, or it's easy, it's like this,
Mm-hmm.
anyone can do this and that and stuff, and then you watch that show and it's like, well, this is kind of the process
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So it's a lot going on, and it's not just like one or two people making this. It's like, you have departments, you have teams and stuff. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it takes a large group to create these shows and to make you know something special. So
Mm-hmm.
that I would say is a great show to dive into. Um, I'm not saying that that is like my top tier overall, but that is
Yeah,
one that I
yeah.
really enjoy. But there's so many other shows as well that are great to watch. So
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, uh, from things that from things that I've watched, if one person came to me and said, "Oh, what would you recommend someone?" I would have such a hard time because it's like, I mean, there's so much. It's like if you
yeah.
said, "What song would you recommend?" Like there's so many and they're so good. But so right now that we're talking about your likes and your preferences,
Hmm.
if there was a anime character
Okay.
like out there that you've seen, that you relate to, that you could compare yourself to, who would it be and why?
Okay. All right. So there's this because like it's like I have a few different moods, but if we're sticking to just like the happy to be here, um, there is there is one character from Shirobako
Mm-hmm.
that a piece of his personality, like a small piece, is like, well, that's kind of me.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Taro,
Mm-hmm.
and so Taro is he in the show he's a production assistant, but like it's his mood. Like he's always upbeat and stuff, and he's ready to go and hang out and like get some food and stuff. And it's like, okay, he's very much the comic relief. And
Gotcha.
so I would say I would take a piece of like the comic relief part of him and also the food
Mm-hmm.
part. Uh but that's it because he is not productive in any way. But I would probably also say there's a character Ryohei from the show Tsurune,
Mm-hmm.
where he is once again he's more of like the higher energy, just really just happy to be there. It's like, oh, my friends are here, let's go hang out and let's do this, and
Mm-hmm.
just that nice, combine just like friendship, like, just being around people that you care about and having a good time, spending time with your friends. And so I would say like for those two characters, like the personality, their personalities, I would say would best describe me.
Gotcha,
um
gotcha, gotcha.
as far as like this more serious side, then it's like I don't know. Like I can give you a character that's not an anime character for that, and it would
Bring it,
probably
bring it.
it
We're
would
trying to
be
get to know you.
it would be Kermit the Frog. I, because the dude's just trying to get all the things done. He's like, you know, it's like, look, we got deadlines. We got to run this series. We're dealing with this and that and all of this stuff, and like we got to put it all together, make it work, and then we've got scheduling. Yeah, so
That was the
Kermit would
best
be
answer. uh, so right now, just right off the bat, are you a big shonen fan?
yes.
So ha- obviously, there's always the training arc, right? we
Hmm.
we've seen so many characters go through their training arcs and everything. Being an ADR director, what would you say, which training arc would be comparable to being an ADR director?
Jeez. Which training arc?
Yeah, because
uh
we have very easy going training arcs, and then we have like
yeah.
Akame ga Kill training arcs, which is like,
Yeah, let's throw it in the deep end. Comic. Yeah. I mean, because like I mean, there's a lot to do. Like it's the normal day to day. It's not like a laid back like no. It's like you've got a lot of things that you juggle with and handle and stuff. So it's like some days are just like okay, it's a little chill then, but a lot of
Hmm.
times it's like oh we're in it. Like let's
Yeah.
dive in. Like so yeah, I would say a comment because it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. Like today is a new day.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because and that's the thing, like a lot of people do think that being a voice actor or being a director or being an editor or anything like that is just like the pleasure of life. Like you made it, there's nothing you need to worry about, you just need
Mm,
to sip on your champagne and be happy, right?
no.
And it's like, if I told you, if I told you. But so right now, we have new people coming into, and I'm glad to
Absolutely.
see. uh I wanted to give a little shout out to Samurai Vader, who said, "I just made an account for High Dive. After I get my TV delivered, I will take advantage of it."
Oh, nice.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah! And
Awesome.
watch Ya Boy Kongman. God damn it!
Yeah.
I've been telling you guys for ages to watch that show, and some of you have listened, and their lives have significantly improved. But speaking of High Dive,
Mhm.
I wanted you, especially because you're obviously you work with them. What would you say is High Dive, and why should people subscribe to High Dive?
Well, High Dive is a anime streaming service, and so uh, it's a great thing to subscribe to because like there's tons of different shows. There's a large variety of shows that you can watch, and you can watch sub or dubbed.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your preference, that's the thing. Like you have variety of what you want to see, and so there's like a lot of great titles and then there's constant titles rolling in, so it's always updating, always like bringing in new things for you to see. So yeah, it's whatever your preference is, just check it
I,
out.
I have to say, High Dive has surprised me a lot because it has some animes that I never thought I would enjoy,
Hmm.
and they seem a little uh, not as known per se.
Hmm.
That it's not on like the high profiles, but it's like how this thing is. How are people sleeping on this? Like for example, yeah, boy, Kongman is one of them.
Hmm.
But more recently, and I'm so glad that I see a lot of people talking about this one. Akiba Made War.
Hmm.
Akiba Made War just came out, and I had the pleasure to watch the first episode at Anime Week in Atlanta.
Yeah.
High Dive did a screening for Akiba Made War, and I'm telling you guys, if you're ever wanting to satisfy your cute maid girl fantasy and John Wick at the same time, this is the thing for you. I'm
Yeah,
so happy
that's a
it
good comparison.
exists. But it is so good, and it does have a great selection of anime. I mean, for example,
Mhm.
um, for all of you that you can only pick between one or the other, like I mean, High Dive has like super popular titles too, like Vinland Saga,
Mhm.
and you guys have the dub version too.
Mhm.
So it's like you definitely are making a safe bet, a safe choice by by watching High Dive. And High Dive has a feature that I know a lot of fans have been asking for, that I just gotta say thank the maker for it, which is profiles. Like you don't think about them until you don't have them.
Mm.
And High Dive has the ability to have profiles and everything, so you can watch your own thing and your family can watch your other thing. Like you can be watching, whatever you want, like Call of the Night, and then your grandma can be watching Made in the Abyss. something happy, something cheerful. So definitely, guys, will recommend it. But before we start wrapping up this, we were talking about all the challenges and all the obstacles that sometimes it comes with being an ADR director. So I wanted, like, especially, I told you I edit too, and it's very difficult sometimes to know which is the best take, because
Hmm.
sometimes you just don't get one, you
Right.
get a ton, and all of them had different feels. So I wanted to ask you, when it comes to selecting the best take, or for you to say this is what I need for this particular character,
Hmm.
what do you have to consider?
Well, I mean, it's multiple things. Like when you're recording in a booth, or at least when I'm in the studio uh, recording an actor, which it's also uh, a team effort, because it's not just me. It's, you have the director, you have the audio engineer as well, and
Hmm.
as well as the actor. And so the thing is, like, you want to get the perfect read. The thing is, like, when you're recording, you have, scripts up, you have video and stuff, and it's like we're not only trying to get the best read of one particular line, we're trying to get everything. So we're
Mm,
like going through like scenes and stuff, and like if we focus in on a particular scene, we want to get the best performance, like the most impactful, where this really hits the moment. And not only that, but we're also looking at uh just if it if it sounds like it got the point across.
mm,
Two, does it fit the mouth flaps, because we're also writing and visualizing mouth flaps.
mm,
Three, it's like, when we're dubbing something into English, like, of course it, we want to make it understandable, or more relatable to the audience and stuff. So it's like, does that line even sound off, or like, does it really like truly make sense?
mm,
um and so, and then not only that, but like, is the line, like, is there any issues with the line, like, are there any pops or clicks, or things that we need to fix as well with that? So it's like, it's multiple things. But I would say, like, as far as performance, like, yeah, you want to get the best performance, and it's like, if you don't feel it in it, if it doesn't feel like it really hit and got the meaning across, then
mm,
yeah, you need to, like, it's time to go back and revisit that. Whether it's we need to change the tone, whether we
mm,
need to change the line itself. I kind of feel like you do know when a line like actually hits, or if it needs like a bit of work done.
mm,
So yeah. When you feel like, if you're okay and your conscience is good with, okay, we can move on, then that's when I would say
mm.
for me, like, okay, that's good to move forward.
Awesome. That's very interesting, because again, most people don't really get to see what happens behind the scenes. They watch the anime and they're like, "Oh my god, that just hit me. That made me cry or something."
Hmm.
And but there was a take that was selected for that.
Hmm.
You were the one to say, this is gonna hit the audience. This is gonna make you feel what the character is trying to convey. So you have to study not just how everything's gonna be delivered, but also the characters in itself, which I think it's such a monumental task.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna lie.
it's a monumental task, but it's like, I think in the end, the thing is, if you really like do your research, put in the work, and really, like, no matter what, like, I'm gonna do my best, then I think you'll be fine. Like, the thing is,
Mhm,
like, the way that I see each show, like, this is like someone's everything.
mhm.
Like, we're all fans of something, and
Yes.
so, you don't want to take that lightly, and you want to give the best care that you can to each show. And
Mhm,
so like, yeah, like you have that, in your mind, you don't want to mess up, you don't want to do this and that and stuff, but it's like, as long as you put your best foot forward, and you really try and give all of your effort, then you can walk away saying that I did everything that I could to make this the best that I think it could be. So
That just hit the spot. Not gonna lie, like, because I know that there's a lot of people that take pride in their work, and whenever something like you're proud of it and you say, yes, I did this, it's like such a fulfillment, right? So I wanted to ask you on that note, working on this amazing shows that not only have they hit me in a way, like Kongming, God, it hit me so much because the whole message about trying to become, like, be smart about the way you approach things and just don't give up on it. uh it's something that rings to me personally, and it rang to my sister's husband and to my sister, who was crying on the second episode. And it's just endearing. So I want to ask you something a little bit more personal. As an ADR director working on these shows, what would you say has been one of, like, I know you have plenty, but one of your proudest moments that you take home every night and you're like, yeah, this is what
well, as far as just in general, one thing that I really enjoy is, like, with each show that you work on, like, you work with different set of actors, and there's multiple people that come through the studio. And so, for me, like, I love working on a new series, and giving it the best that I can give it. But I do find joy when, like, you come across, like, actors that are on that same page, and it's like, there's there you have seasoned veteran actors, you have newer actors that come in. And so when you, like, finish recording, or like when you hit a moment in a scene where it's like you just got to take a moment, like, for yourself, but, like, you look
Hmm.
over into the booth, and it's like they were just hit.
Oh, yeah,
Like, to me,
gotcha.
it's like that's like a big moment where you, like, this is special, because it's like, there are so many moments where it's like there have been actors that I've seen, like, in tears because how much they gave that scene,
Mhm.
and it's like, to me, that is like one of the joys, like, that I get to take away. And then not only that, but just seeing, like, when you're working on shows, like, the characters, they have their own arc, like, story, you have the story arc, you have their own personal character arc. And so, pretty much, like, each character grows from beginning to end. And it's
Mhm.
really the same way with the actors when they start recording versus when they're done.
Mm.
It's like it's a journey in itself, because, like, yeah, like, you see the end result, but it's like the great thing about working behind the scenes is that you see the entire process, and it's like not just the show in its entirety, but you see, like, growth with the
Mhm.
actors. And it's like, to me, that's a very amazing experience to walk away from every time, because it's like there are some people that are just like, I don't want this to end, I want this to continue. And it's like it's bittersweet, because, like, things of course come to an end, but it's like just the journey, and to see how much, people have grown from when they first walked in the booth to, like, when they recorded their last line. Like, to me, that's amazing.
Mm. That, guys, if you don't feel inspired right now, there's something wrong with you. But I just want to give a big shout out to everyone. Shorty Sensei, I made my high dive account the other day.
Hey.
So good. I didn't know this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but High Dive also uses my Animalist ratings, which is pretty cool.
Ah, yeah.
I
Yeah, check
did
out.
not know that. Murasaki also says, does High Dive have an ad supported level? To my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they do. But it's 4.99 a month
Mhm.
to get the experience. It's 4.99, cheaper than a Starbucks chai tea latte or something. Like, guys, come on. Like,
Yeah,
if you can afford to buy a pumpkin spice latte every Friday, you can afford a High Dive for a month. So by all means, guys, definitely check it out. For everyone that just tuned in, I just want to give a little summary of your work and my personal recommendations too, because some people were wondering what was some of the things that we were talking
Oh,
about.
mhm.
So I want to give the first shout out to one of your shows, Call of the Night. So if you were to recommend this show to someone, if you were like, hey, what is Call of the Night about, what would you say?
I would say it's a show about just people finding out who they are.
Hmm.
Um, like it's definitely like personal growth and just like discovering like just who you are as a person and just being okay with expressing yourself. And like everyone is at like different stages of their lives, but um this show is like it's very like sweet in the end. Like of course it has the comedy aspect, and like there's a lot of uh intense moments that I won't dive into, but it's really just like finding out who you are as a person and being comfortable with who you are. And
Mm.
there's a lot of growth with both of these characters. I won't go heavier from there.
Yeah, no, but that was beautifully put. And lastly, let's say that you're put in the spot and people are like, hey, so I have only one anime to watch, and they've been telling me that it's Kongmin, the one that I
Ah.
should. What would you say? Yeah, boy, Kongmin is about.
Your boy Kong Ming is definitely a feel good show, but just like with Call of the Night, when you're learning who you are, I would say Kong Ming is more about just believing in yourself.
Hmm.
And not only that, but it's like, we all have our own journey that we're going through, but like having support, like uh or being the support to someone, being that helping hand is a very important and big deal, because it's like there are situations that we can't get through this alone, and we do need that helping hand. And so this show shows that, where it's like just be kind, be kind, and if you see someone that is in need, help them. And you don't know, like like everyone, whether you know it or not, like everyone is capable of doing something great. And sometimes we just need a little push in life. And so this show very much says volumes in that aspect. So
I definitely agree. And it's become easily one of my top 10 of all time. No joke. Definitely. But with that said, I just want to say not just thank you to you, but also thank you for all the work that you put in.
thank
You would not be able to do what you do if it wasn't because there was a little bit of passion, a little bit of fire under it. So, thank you for bringing to the industry amazing stories, bringing characters to life that people definitely need to see, people definitely need to hear. And just overall, thank you for being here.
thank you for having me. Like I really do appreciate
No, by all means, like if there's anything we want to do in this community is just like make sure that everyone can appreciate what anime has to offer and the amazing talent that you have to offer as well. So guys, all of you in the chat, every single one of you that have commented, we had a great turnout. We had people from all over the place. thank you so very much. Just personally, and I know the chat can also say right now, press number one if you feel this way, that you're more than welcome to come back anytime you want.
Oh,
This
thank
is the
you.
mi casa es tu casa. Let's put it that way, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to be back. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And guys, now you know what to do. If you didn't have a purpose in life, now you have it. Now you know what you need to go and do this evening. Go and get High Dive and watch A Boy Coming, Call of the Night, and every other animes that they have in their repertoire, because it's not going to be by any means a waste of time. And also follow Mr. Reed right here. Where can people find you and follow your journey?
Oh wow. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Twitter, I am Shannon D Reed. Uh, on TikTok, I am Shannon D. Reed. uh, and then Instagram, I am the Arcade Prince. And then I do have a Twitch, which uh, I will be back on in the coming year, which that is also the Arcade Prince.
Okay, fantastic. Now you guys know we will edit this interview as well, and so we can add like the lower thirds with your stuff, so people can get a bite size sample of the interview. And just like I told you, if they want it and they felt the same to type one, we have Firefox, Megan, Chris, Vader, Seeker, Brandon, Rosaki, Sean,
Wow.
Phil, Seth, me, like you name it. You're definitely more than welcome. And guys, thank you so much again for joining. This has been an absolute pleasure. And remember, take care and go and get high dive. Do yourself a favor. Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye.